Throughout your research for the book, like, was there anything that you discovered that was a surprise, or like, did you pretty
Yeah,
much already have an idea of everything that took place?
yeah. I didn't realize how much of an active role my father took within the home with all the armaments. I knew we had our neighborhood was quartered off. We had guards around our house, inside our house, on our roof. We had guns stationed in every room of our home, um, those sorts of things. But I, we thought they were for the guards. Those were actually placed for my father to use,
Mm-hmm.
so that whenever whatever room he was in, if a guard wasn't in there at that time and something happened, he had the ability to protect the family from that standpoint. He had been ex-military himself in Brazil, so he was very familiar with guns, and that's what people didn't realize was that um, he he knew his way around guns, so he was totally capable of doing that. So um, he led us to believe that those were the officers' guns to try and downplay. He tried to be honest with us, and he spoke very straightforward with us on a lot of things. He had to tell us a lot of really hard conversations that you don't normally discuss with kids. But on that in the beginning, he did try to cover up on that one. So
Yeah. Um, so like when you're writing a book such as Carrasco 67 that's based on, historical events and tied to your family, like how do you balance whether or not to make it 100% factual or embellish a little bit?
that's a good question. What what I did, as I was going through the process of trying to get the permission from my dad, because I respected him, and I still do tremendously. And so when I first started getting him to tell me a few things that he had never told us, I would write it down. And and I collected these things. And then when he allowed me to write the book, if I changed all the names in the book, um, I did change all the names in the book except for the name of the dog and Dan Mitrione, which I would highly suggest everybody Google him, because he was an ex um, FBI, and he was a CIA operative that was extremely instrumental in helping our family out. Um, but he um, uh, he ended up just giving us just a whole lot of information that we ended up being able to use. He gave me specific instructions on what I couldn't put in the book, and then I would I wanted to give it time. So what I did with him was um, I said, anytime you remember anything, call me. Well, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, because I started getting phone calls sometimes at 11 o'clock at night, and I'm still
Yeah.
working.
Diary of ideas
Right.
just
And he'd
pouring out.
go, I remembered something. And that's how the conversation would start. Not hello, not anything. I remembered something.